Thank you, sir. Please join me in welcoming up LVMPD Honor Guards to present colors. Detail. Hold. Peace. Present colors. Please join me in welcoming up Ms. Promise and Liberty Ponder to do our Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge to the American flag. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, please join me in welcoming Ms. Kay Ashley to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular bombs bursting in air came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please join me in welcoming LVMPD Chaplain Steve Beeson to open us up in prayer.
I got to tell you, Kate is still the best. And if you don't get inspired by listening to her sing that, y'all missing something. Would you all pray with me? And you know how usually when I say that, Everybody spaces out now for the next 2 minutes while I pray. I'm going to ask you, if you would, if you agree with what I'm saying, please just agree with it in your heart, okay? I don't usually give instructions for prayer, but today I will. Thank you. Please pray with me. Father, thanks so much for this great day. We thank you for these amazing men and women standing before us. Lord, they have had a difficult road to get here, but Lord, today stands as a milestone in their lives. And Lord, we join with them this day. We thank you for all those who have prepared them for this day, all the folks behind the scenes at Hope for Prisoners, all the folks behind the scenes in their life, all the families that are going to be here with them through this. And Lord, today we believe this is a day you put their destiny back in their lives the way you intended it. And Father, we bless them. Lord, there's a hole in our community shaped just like these folks that needs to be filled. And we thank you for bringing them to this day. Father, we invite your presence into this place. We thank you for Metro that opens up their house for us to have this service, this time here, this graduation. And Father, we bless Metro today. Father, we bless these men and women standing before us in blue gowns and caps. We pray, Lord, that this will be a day they never forget. And Father, we ask that you would propel them into the life you always intended for them. In your precious name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Steve. You may all please be seated. And welcome to the Hope for Prisoners August graduation. I am John Ponder, founder and CEO of Hope for Prisoners. I want to thank everyone who is joining us here today. Those of you who have come near and those of you who have traveled far, thank you so much for joining us here. I want to say thank you to the men and women in the Clark County Detention Center watching us online. One day you're going to be here. Big shout out to our family and friends inside Nevada Department of Correction and those of you who are watching this graduation from all over the world live on the Hope for Prisoners Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us. For those who this may be your first time here, I'm going to take a few minutes to explain to you what it is, who we are, what it is that we do, why we do what we do, and what it is that that's brought us to this moment. So our organization works with men, women, and young adults that are exiting different arenas of our judicial system. And what we do is to provide the supportive services to help the men and women that are coming home, not only get acclimated back into workplaces, but we make sure there's mechanisms in place through partnerships that we built up with employers, and many of them are here in this room today. But we make sure there's mechanisms in place that once they get inside the workplace, they're going to be afforded every opportunity to thrive and be able to grow, and afforded every opportunity to succeed. We address the needs for people to get acclimated back into their family, which has been a missed mark of reentry since forever. It's like no one's ever paid the particular close attention needed to the men and women that are coming home, that they need to reconnect with family and reconnect with wives and husbands, and particularly to get reconnected with their children. So we make sure there's a mechanism in place to help with that family reunification component, because everyone in this room can attest to the fact that if the family life is not right, if the home life is not right, then everything else in the world has a tendency to fall apart. And then on the back end of the process, because there's a long-term 18-month journey where we walk with our folks, looking to do everything we possibly can to ensure that we're providing them with the resources to make sure that they get back out in the community and never, ever, ever re-offend it again. So Hope for Prisoners was founded back in 2009, birthed out of my own personal experiences. I was a guy who was coming out of the prison system since I was 12 years old, been in and out of different juvenile systems in the state of New York, multiple prisons, did 2 prison terms here in the state of Nevada, and then I got stretched out of the maximum security United States Federal Penitentiary behind 50-foot walls. So coming in and out of the system all that time, I made a whole lot of mistakes trying to get life right. I would violate and go back to the prison system. But there came a time on that journey where God taught me tremendously valuable lessons from all those mistakes that I made. And those lessons that I learned, it helped me to live life on a whole nother level. So what my passion in life is, the reason why I know that my God wakes me up every morning is to turn right back around and help the other men and women who are facing those same challenges that I once had to face, to do everything that I can to blow the doors off the hinges. And notice I can just say open up doors, to blow the doors off the hinges and to help to escort people up to the next level of life. So founded Hope for Prisoners back in 2010. And since that time, we've had the great privilege of working with over 5,400 men and women been through our process. Of those 5,400 men and women that we've had the great privilege to work with, according to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, what they determined that 74% of those folks were successful in gaining full-time employment and sustainable wage employment. 25% of those were full-time employed after 17 days from where you are right now in sustainable wage jobs. And yes, please. But let me hit you with one more, and you can Google it. According to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, of the men and women that we've had the great privilege to work with, only 6% of those people went back to the prison system. So how do we do that? We know and understand that the vast majority of people from this segment of the population, they really want to change. They have no idea how to do it. So what it is that we do is we train and equip people, not only to be able to get a good job, but more importantly, to be able to maintain that good job and to grow. And we also lay down the foundation to which they can build up this brand new life to where they never, ever, ever reoffend again. So they're going to be graduating today, but the uniqueness in what it is that Hope for Prisoners does is that on graduation day, they don't graduate from some program. They graduate up into the next level. Our commitment to be with them over the next 18 months, not only to help them to walk out all those incredible things that they learned in this process, but to be there with them, to help them to navigate the different challenges you're going to be facing during that reintegration process. We didn't think it was enough to put people in a classroom setting and train them all these incredible things and then launch them out in the community by themselves. If we do that, we've wasted time, effort, energy, and resources. If we do that, we're just some regular reentry program. But that's not what it is that we are. To be here with you, to make sure that 18 months from now, they're going to be living levels of life that most people only dream of. We're so very grateful for the support that we have here in this room. We're so very grateful for the community leaders that have come out to share some encouraging words, and you're going to hear from them today, or you're going to hear from the greatest mayor in the United States of America, from the city of Las Vegas, Mayor Carolyn Goodman. Can we give her a big, gigantic hand? You're also going to hear from my dear friend from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Captain Brandon Clarkson. Can we give him a big, gigantic hand? Also landed the plane for us is my dear friend and mentor, Pastor Vernon Fox is going to be speaking here today. And administering our oath for our graduates to remain productive, law-abiding members of the community, we have from the 8th Judicial District Court, the Honorable Danielle Piper Chio. Can we give her a big, gigantic hand? So we're going to take a deep dive and get things underway. But I want to tell you that there's a portion of our training where what we call the vivid vision. Can everybody say that? Say vivid vision. And inside that vivid vision, we challenge our graduates to take a look at their life 1 year from graduation day and to put it down on a piece of paper. In other words, for them, it's going to be August 25th, 2024. We ask them to wake up and walk us through a day in their life. And then when they get to the end of it, they get a copy of it. And the other copy goes to Hope for Prisoners team, case managers, mentors, substance abuse counselors. Then what their job is to do everything they possibly can with every resource we have available to us to help them to live out their dreams. And we always like to bring back alumni graduates who sat where you sat. So you wouldn't just think that John Ponder is the talking head. We want to show you living proof and a living example. There was a young man who did a significant amount of time in the Nevada Department of Corrections, came through Hope for Prisoners, and today he's living levels of life that most people only dream of. But I'm going to let him tell his story. If you guys would please put your hands together for the Hope for Prisoners alumni rock star, Mr. Isaac Miller.
Good evening. Good evening, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, how you guys doing today? Okay. Got a little something to read for you. You know, I can't remember all this off the top of my head, so just bear with me for a moment. And thank you guys for coming, dealing with the program, man. I was once sitting in that same seat.
Graham, you got to step up to the mic.
Can you hear me?
There we
Okay,
go.
there we go. There we go. I was sitting in you guys' same seat at one point in time, May 2019. So trust the process. Good evening, everyone. My name is Graham Isaac Miller, and I want to tell you about my reentry journey. I am a graduate of Hope for Prisoners program, and I sat in this very room and read my vivid vision, May of 2019. My past would read 15 felony convictions, several prison sentences, amounting to about 20 years of total incarceration. I was a habitual offender and a lawbreaker. I was released from prison and housed at Casa Grande, where I first came in contact with the Hope for Prisoners program. At that time, I knew I was determined to change. When I first met my case manager, Carolyn, I had an idea of what I wanted to do with my life. So when she sat down with me, we came up with a plan. Carolyn suggested I focus on a career that would entail me going back to school. I didn't agree with that. Right? Absolutely not. At first, I was hesitant, but later agreed. With her assistance, I enrolled in CSN to get an associate's degree in HVAC. Having never been to college, my first semester was eye-opening. During this time, I was employed full-time at a Station Casino's property as a kitchen worker. I was washing dishes, so school and work took up most of my time. For the first time in my life, I was focused on doing something different. My life now had a purpose. With the guidance from Hope, I was provided with the direction I needed to accomplish my goals. I was able to work on the challenges that kept me in the cycle that I found myself in time and time again. My career was now on track, and I was able to secure a position in the engineering department at a Station Casino's property as a junior engineer. I was gaining the experience I needed that would complement my degree. I was later promoted to a general engineer and lead in the engineering department. As of today, I am currently stepping into the role as a chief engineer at a station's property. These opportunities allowed me to be able to provide for my family and to be a role model for those around me. My journey was not easy, as I had challenges along the way. I had to regain custody of my kids and complete parole while ensuring that I held on to the new life that I had established. My mind was made up, and I wasn't going back. My vivid vision became a reality, and in doing so, it changed the trajectory of my entire family. I was able to resume my role as a father, a spouse, and a provider. I was able to reunite with the mother of my children at the time, which is now my wife, Tanya Miller. And as of 11/11/22, we got married, and we're raising our two children, Destiny and RJ, which are somewhere in here. Right? My present and my future both tell a different story. One altered by my determination to change. With the help of John Ponder, the best case manager on the planet, Carolyn, right? Or at least she used to be a case manager, right? And the Hope for Prisoners family, I was able to live out my vivid vision and become the best version of myself. After completing the 18-month program, my desire was to give back to the very organization that believed in me. I became a mentor. I'm currently mentoring some of the guys that I did time with on the yard. For me, it's great to see how Hope for Prisoners has fostered change and not only myself, but other individuals who have been incarcerated as well. My advice to you graduates: Hope for Prisoners is a family. Lean on your team to ensure success. Do not be afraid to admit your fears or that you need help. This team will get you to your desired destination. I'm grateful for the people that God has placed in my life, and I'm now living a life that's far above what I thought I'd be living at some point. What I will tell you guys today is this: it's not going to be easy, right? Anything easy is not worth having, right? You're going to have to put in the work, trust the process. You're going to stumble, you're going to fall, get back up, get back to it. You know, that vivid vision is real, man. Focus on what you want, come to terms with what you want, and no matter how many setbacks you get, don't give up. Because the very people that told me I would never be allowed in the engineering department at stations are now the same people that I actually manage.
Can we give Graham Miller another big, gigantic round of applause? My gosh, my gosh, my gosh. He said he's the chief engineer. He's a chief engineer. Chief engineer. I can't. So, but you take a look at that that level of success. I have to tell everyone in this room that that level of success and the hundreds of other stories, Hope for Prisoners could not do that by themselves. We could not do that without the unprecedented partnerships that we built up here in the community. And I'm going to share with you some of those partners that we could not do this with. We're going to start with our faith-based partners. We're talking about my home church, City Light Church, Kenneth Copeland Ministries, Liberty Baptist Church, the Crossings Christian Church, Word of Life Christian Center, Bethany Baptist Church, Central Christian Church, Light Springs Christian Church, Southwest Prison Ministries, Message of Faith Ministries, Southern Hills Baptist Church, the Church of South Las Vegas, and my fellow chaplains from Chaplain Seed, Nevada. Can we please give them all a big, gigantic round of applause? We are so very grateful for our partnership with the local workforce board and Workforce Connections. And we have our programs manager, Jeannie Kennan. Would you please stand up and wave to everybody? Thank you so very much. She's in the house. We work very closely with the Department of Employment and Training Rehabilitation, Employee MD, College of Southern Nevada, the Vegas Chamber, the Latin Chamber, and so many more. We are also very grateful to be processing referrals from Nevada Department of Corrections, Nevada Department of Public Safety, Parole and Probation, working very closely with other law enforcement partnerships like Highway Patrol, the City of Las Vegas Detention Center, the Henderson Police Department, the Clark County Detention Center, both the Family Division and the Criminal Division, and the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. We are so grateful. Can we give them a gigantic round of applause? So I want to make way for our first speaker. And I would try to read her bio, but the last time she stood in this room and I attempted to read her bio, she chased me down around the room. I will tell you this. In my opening statement when I talked about her, I introduced her as literally the greatest mayor across the country. Would you guys please put your hands together for Mayor Carolyn Goodman?
Oh my God. It is my favorite time to be with you all. You have no idea, as I look in your eyes and I see you when you're little people. Nobody here can choose where you're born or to whom, where in the entire world. And I'm sorry, the class is so big, it's awesome. I can't see them in the back row. John, we need to fix this, please. Because that's very good. Maybe we'll give you cushions or something. All I can tell you is each one of you, from the moment you came into the world, there was a destiny that you were going to have. And where you are sitting today, finally, you have total control, each one of you. And I stand here before you after 84 years of life on this earth, having raised 4 adopted children with my husband, who you'll get to meet one day. He's a rather pain sometimes, but a wonderful sense of humor and laughter. Laughter is key. The key to everything that you have ahead of you is your control. I know as you go through classes, you're hearing it, but I can tell you from all of these years of life, you own yourself. You're in a position right now. And I think what Graham had said, and I hope I was at his graduation. I don't know because I've been to so many, but each individual who has gone through the program, thank you, John Ponder, our law enforcement, and everyone. This is your life today. We came out here, my husband and I, as newlyweds, as 2 stupid young kids, to a town of less than 100,000. And how did we live and how did life affect us? One day at a time. You own one day at a time, each one of you. It's not somebody else's. And you do have a purpose because you have family and you have children and you have friends and you have parents and you have all the people that have gotten behind you and beside you. And I'm one of those people, and the city of Las Vegas needs you desperately. The country's in a mess, and whose fault is it? Doesn't matter. It's our world. And you, each one of you, I count on you to help us fix the things that are difficult and challenging. But you have your day to day. And as Graham said, you'll fall down. Fear will overcome you. But you have to know that you can, I can get through and move on and build and take care of my friends and those I love. And for those of you who have children and close people in your lives and your parents who've been waiting and hopeful, you can do it. You will go down, I can assure you, but you will get up. Because we're here. We are here in this community. I can't speak in any other community, but my office, anybody at City Hall is going to be here with you. And we're going to watch you because you have lived the life. I have met so many people, including myself. Maybe I didn't make as bad a mistake as you might have made. I made plenty, I can assure you. But you have the support. And there's no reason for any one of you, because you have choice. And whoever it is that loves you, and I guarantee you, if you think you're alone, you are not alone. We need you to get back and give back to this community. We need you in the schools to help the children who are right now, they're children, they're these little beads and little seeds that are growing up. You're all adults. And I don't see anybody. I saw one gentleman here who maybe is pushing, not my age, but is getting up there. You're young people. Trust me, you're beautiful people. And we need you. And do not think for one moment that you have gone through these weeks and heard those statistics, 6% of 5,400 people. Don't any one of you let law enforcement, John Ponder, Graham, me, anybody, don't be the one that ruins that. Do you know we're known around the country for how successful this program is? That's your ticket. And it is a choice that you cannot afford to mess up. So know it's City Hall, and today when you get, if in fact we are going to have that wonderful, her honor's going to go ahead and make sure she legitimizes everything here at City Hall, and I am going to leave the floor back to you, my dear John Ponder. But my husband, as I mentioned, and my parents said don't marry him. Never worked. We just had our 61st wedding anniversary. Thank you. But I have to tell you all the truth. Every morning I get out of bed, I go to his side of the bed and clap. So he knows he's appreciated. But I have to assure you, I mean, you can find somebody that's going to do that. Just remember it. I need somebody to clap for me, or I'll clap for myself. Because he is a bit different, when he became mayor, before I became mayor, he didn't want to just have a same old stupid business card that everybody has and ends up in a drawer. So he said, what's Vegas? Vegas is showgirls. I told him he couldn't have a showgirl, but we're known for gaming. So he went and got himself poker chips with his likeness on one side and City Hall and the phone number on the back. So when my kids, our 4 kids, came to me and said, Dad's turned out, you got to run, I said, I'll do it only under the condition. If I win, his are hundreds, I want thousands. So when you are called up to receive your most deserved diploma, because you will join Graham, you will do anything that you determine you can do. This is to give you a connection to City Hall. Now, the sad thing for me is I only have to December of 2024. So let's get the show on the road. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Can we give Mayor Goodman another big, gigantic round of applause? Big, gigantic round of applause. We are going to introduce you to a Vivid Vision, but before we do that, I want to make sure that we honor and acknowledge the August Hope for Prisoners graduation sponsor. They are one of our employers. Mr. Rand Branson, would you please stand up? Can we give them a big, gigantic round of applause? They are from Universal Laundry and Linen, and they are one of our collaborating partners, employers, and they pay really good money. And do we, you need to make them stand up again? Can we give them a hand anyway, please? And I know there's some other employers that are in the room, and we're going to get around to introducing you as well and acknowledge you, but we want to do take a time out to do a Vivid Vision. And remember, you guys, what that Vivid Vision is, we asked them to take a look at their life 1 year from today and put it down on a piece of paper. And what I really love about the Vivid Vision, everybody say Vivid Vision, and gives them an opportunity to take a look at their life in the future. You know, the great John Maxwell once said that if you ever see someone who is just absolutely hopeless, they're hopeless. We see people like that all the time, just completely hopeless. And the reason why they're hopeless is because they cannot see their future. They can't see it. But when you can help elevate people up out of that state of hopelessness and help them to see their future and have faith in a process that is obtainable, that's when you find hope in the moment. If you guys would please put your hands together and look at them shaking in the boots, they have no idea who I'm going to call on. Would you please put your hands together for Hope for Prisoners graduate, Mr. David Turnbull.
Hey guys, how y'all doing? All right, here we go. My name is David Turnbull, and today is August 25th, 2024, and this is my vivid vision. It's Thursday morning at 3:30 a.m., and I woke up in the most amazing mood ever. I'm pouring my coffee, and I'm out the door heading to work at the new baseball stadium that we're building where the old Tropicana used to stand. Why I'm in such a good mood is today I've been sober off drugs for 18 months. And after work today, me and the family, we're going to the Redwoods for 4 days. We got the trailer all packed up. The grandkids and the kids are all packed up, ready to go. And I'm so happy. Life is good and only getting better. Just yesterday, I picked my son up from probation. He's been gone for 4 years. And I can't even begin to explain the feeling of seeing my little buddy again. But thanks to all my hard work I put in and the help from my God and my good friend John Ponder, all the staff at Hope for Prisoners, and our friends, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Yeah. I've been realigned with life as a man, a father, and a husband. I have so many great things to tell you about my life, but I'm pulling on the job site right now. I have material waiting to be offloaded, and guess what? I'm that guy that does that. And for all the details of my life, stay tuned. My name is David Turnbull, and today is August 25th, 2023, and this is my vivid vision. See you next year.
Yeah, David Turnbull, give him a hand, please. My man. My man, my man. Ooh, my goodness. Do you see, isn't how powerful that is, right? Faith in the future, hope in the moment. I want to acknowledge some of our other partners in this room, some of our employer partners, and some of our vocational trainers. Remember that the whole gist behind what we do is to position people so they can start earning a sustainable wage where they can take care of themselves and take care of their family. Yeah, I want to acknowledge one of our vocational training partners is the Las Vegas Welding Institute. Mike Simmons, would you please stand up? And those guys out there, Captain Clarkson, man, that welders, they make really good money. Listen, if I was not doing Hope for Prisoners, I'd be signed up with the Las Vegas Welding Institute to become a welder. All right, let's do it. We also have the National Training Institute, NTI, which trains HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. Cody, would you please stand up? Better make a beeline. Better make a beeline. Let's acknowledge some of our employers that are here in the room today. And some of our graduates are going to walk away with jobs today. Can we thank our employers for being here? I want to first recognize Terra Contracting, but before I tell you the guy who is doing the hiring, he's a Hope for Prisoners graduate who got into that company and excelled. Now he's the hiring guy for the company. So we got Amanda Hernandez and Roberto Cerza. Please give them a big gigantic hand. Well, I can stay right here in this room all day long. We also have from the Ahern family, Extreme Manufacturing, Mr. Scott Hickman in the back of the room. Good paying jobs. From Allegiant Electric, Andrea and Anthony Vigil. Would you guys please stand up and please be acknowledged? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Well, they're hiding. We also have Vicky Gasca from Binions and Four Queens. we have one of our favorite casinos on the planet, Larice Turner from Stations Casinos. Can you stand up? Thank you. You guys better be making a beeline over there. Better make a beeline. We'll get back to the rest of them later. But I want to make way for our next speaker. And I think I've known this guy probably had to be 10 years. I remember many years ago, we was doing some stuff out in the streets with LVMPD, and I noticed this guy had his heart in it. You know, sometimes when you see people that put their heart in it, you know that they're going to be tremendously successful. And the minute that I saw him, I knew that he was going to elevate up through the rankings. If you guys would please put your hands together for my dear friend from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, Captain Brandon Clarkson.
So, hello everybody, I'm Brandon Clarkson. I'm the captain for Bolden Area Command of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I've always wanted to say it, so I'm glad. John's always got it in front of me, so happy to say it. So, I have to say, I was asked, hey, would you please be a speaker at Hope for Prisoners? I said, absolutely, of course. And so I was scheduled, and then the flyer comes out, and then I realized, I'm like, the mayor, Pastor Fox, and that's what I'm speaking in between two legends here, and I'm like, oh, great. So I'm like, man, it's all on the line. So I prepared a few things too, but what Pastor Ponder said about the past 10 years, and I was reflecting as he was talking, and I was a sergeant in the Office of Community Engagement, brand new sergeant, and it was about 10 years ago, and I was kind of just reflecting on that time together, and how much he's mentored me in my career, and how much that's opened up in coming to speak on Thursdays and sharing our testimony. And but most of all, it's learning about each of you and that feeling of hope. And I say hope not on purpose, but I guess no pun intended. But hearing that story, and then that energy. Right? You can feel the energy in here. It's tangible, right? And it's just something that you can hang on to, because right now you have just a group of your friends right here that you've been through this program, you're leaning on each other, and you're going to go back out and you're going to be exposed to the world. You're going to be outside, and there's people that are going to want to bring you down. There's people that are going to want to pull you down because they see something good in you. And they see something like that, and they are jealous of it, maybe. But, you know, we're there to help. And then mentor, and like the mayor said, is that you are all mentors. You have walked a mile in some shoes that other people can't say. So when you get out there, and those kids, they're on that path, because there's an issue with some youth violence today, and we know it. There's some gun violence, but that mentorship that you can provide, and that experience gives you more credibility than anybody else. So, but today is a day of celebration of triumph. A day that embodies a spirit of resilience, redemption, and unyielding pursuit of a better future. As the captain of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, I stand before you with an immense pride and admiration for the individuals who are graduating from this remarkable program. And I want to thank you to the families that are here to support them as well. Every person has a story, a unique journey that has led them to this very moment. While our paths may be diverse, today we unite in recognition of the common goal that has brought us all together, the pursuit of transformation and growth. It takes courage, dedication, and unwavering commitment to break free from the chains of the past, to rewrite one's narrative, and to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. The program that these incredible men and women have completed represents a partnership between our department and the community, an alliance that believes in second chances, rehabilitation, and the power of individuals to rise above their circumstances. We firmly believe that a person's worth is not solely defined by their past, but by their present choices and their future potential. The journey towards rehabilitation is not an easy one. It demands introspection, self-discipline, and a willingness to confront the mistakes of the past while forging the path towards a brighter tomorrow. Through this program, these graduates have gained invaluable life skills, access to education, job training, and most importantly, the support network that believes in the capacity for change. As I stand before these graduates today, I'm reminded of the words of Nelson Mandela. Do not judge me by my success. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. Each individual here has displayed a remarkable ability to rise each time they have stumbled. They've learned from their experiences and to emerge stronger, more determined, and more focused on the positive contributions that they can make toward society. Today, we not only merely celebrate the completion of the program, we honor the resilience, the determination, and the incredible effort that our graduates have invested in themselves and their futures. We stand alongside them, recognize their success is a testament to the transformation power of hope, of support, and the belief that change is not only possible, but achievable. To our graduates, I extend my heartfelt congratulations. You have not only transformed your own lives, but you have inspired us all to believe in the potential for change within ourselves and within our communities. As a member of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, I put it in as many times as I could, so you know. We are beyond proud of our accomplishments, of your accomplishments and your committed support in your journey ahead. So in closing, let us remember that the measure of society's progress is not solely in the ability to punish, but in the capacity to rehabilitate, to heal, and to foster a meaningful change. Today, as we celebrate these remarkable individuals who have embraced the path of transformation, let us renew our commitment to a future where compassion, support, and the belief in a second chance is defined by our shared values. So remember, as you go back out there, just remember this group that you have in front of you, like I mentioned. Remember that you can count on each other. You can count on your mentors here. You can count on your friends. You can count on us. This room around you, look how packed this is. It's hot in here because it's packed, right? So that's a good thing. But we're here for you because we love you, we want to support you, and we want to be there for you. So congratulations to all the graduates and to all who have contributed to the remarkable journey of renewal. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Can we give the captain another round of applause, please? Hey, Brandon, I'm sorry, Captain, can you please stand up? Stand up. I'm going to ask all our LVMPD friends in the back of the room, can you guys please stand up? Stand up. Yeah, we can give them a hand, but I want to celebrate you guys for something. Right? Yeah. We just wanted to take a time out to truly, from the bottom of my heart, to say thank you. You know, your participation in the work that we're doing is making such a huge impact, not only in the lives of our people, but I believe that the work you guys are doing is reaching out and touching the next generation of people's families. So we just wanted to say thank you, right? Just wanted to say thank you. And then I want to let you know, because, you know, sometimes on the outside, you don't really see the inside, right? The partnership that we have built up with LVMPD has become so successful over the last 10 years that we have other police departments across the country asking us to replicate this model in their jurisdiction. We could not do that with your support. We could not do that had it not been for Sheriff McMahill, right, all the way. And can we give him a hand for opening up his house? He opened up his house for formerly incarcerated people. Listen, guys, we love you. Please know and understand that there's a community of people that will continue to pray for you and make sure you guys are safe out there. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you, Brandon. I think there's time for another vivid vision. Please put your hands together for Mr. Christopher Lambert. you sweating?
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming. Gonna have to bear with me. It might take me a minute to get through this one. Dave already primed up the waterworks. Thanks for my family coming. All right, my name's Chris Lambert. Today it's 8/25/24. I'm working on the biggest project in town as a carpenter, as I've done for years. Providing for my kids and being a father, which is one of my favorite things in the world. After work, I'm heading to the bank to deposit my check so I can get the business end of the week done. I can focus on getting home, loading up the dirt bikes, and going riding with my kids. Oh. We have a great weekend, and it's too short. You know, I got to get back to other things. My oldest is starting college, and I want to be there for her and help her get through her journey. You know, every parent should be able to do that. Me and my son CJ, we're picking out a car to build. He likes spinning a wrench like his old man, and we're gonna do it together. But I got to get going because my youngest Frankie's got cheerleading, and I don't want to miss it. And I got a whole lot of living to do. My name's Chris Lambert. Today is 8/25/2023, and this is my vivid vision. I'll see you next year.
Good job, Chris. You know, if I can be transparent, whenever I listen to these vivid visions, right, and they're so powerful, but whenever I listen to these vivid visions and they include things like family and children and husbands and wives being a significant part of life and seeing that truly makes me excited. It almost like an old Pentecostal pastor, I was going to start running around this room. And let me tell you the reason why. Because if family is the number one priority in life, you will never do anything that's going to jeopardize you ever being taken away from your family again. Does that make sense? Can we give Chris a big, gigantic round of applause? I want to take a pause to recognize someone who is in this room, and actually it's a first time coming to a graduation, and first time as a member of the Hope for Prisoners Board of Directors. It is the president of Bright Line West. You guys know the high-speed train that we're building out here? Can we please acknowledge Miss Sarah Watterson sitting on our board? I was going to try to say something fancy, like with her being on the board, Hope for Prisoners is going to continue the high-speed impact in the community, something like that, but was not that sharp. I think we have time for one more vivid vision. Would you please put your hands together for Miss Ashley Bartolik?
Okay, sure. Okay. Sure. Hi, my name is Ashley. Today's August 25th, 2024, and this is my vivid vision. I've made it home. I wake up by 5 a.m. so I can prepare for the day by conquering my morning. I take a walk, have my coffee, and read something positive, be it a phrase, a quote, or an affirmation. Being home with basic comforts like showering with hot water, eating when and what I want, and laying out in my backyard getting my tan back while reading makes me so happy. Nobody is going to mess with my happy cloud. It's also my birthday month, so it's amazing to celebrate in my home with friends and family, eating all the seafood and sushi we can stand. It feels amazing to have all the love and support around me. I'm so grateful to be working full-time again. I love every minute of starting early and leaving late. I'm loyal to my Hope family and have remained a very committed individual on the team, as well as dedicated to my program of success. I thank God for surrounding me with others that have that 5% mentality. With guidance and mentorship, I have conquered inner demons, put $50,000 back into my savings, and I am using my voice through Hope to help bring change within the system. I have elevated my life because I'm not better than, I'm better off. Thank you, John, for the quote. And I know my life is meant for great things. My name is Ashley. Today is August 25th, 2023. This is my vivid vision, but the best part is that my story isn't over yet because God isn't done with me yet. I'll see y'all next year.
Great job, Ashley. Great job. Hey, as we make way for our final speaker of the evening, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to read his bio so you can know who he is. We're talking about my dear friend, Pastor Vernon Fox. Vernon Fox is what you call a Renaissance man, a former NFL veteran of 8 seasons, playing for the San Diego Chargers, the Detroit Lions, the Washington Redskins, and the Denver Broncos, all 2 seasons. He received a bachelor's degree in sociology from Fresno State University and excelled as an all-conference player on the field and an academic All-American in the classroom. Vernon is the father, a husband, pastor, international speaker, author, certified life coach, and a former championship head high school football coach. His passion and purpose is to be a beacon of light and an agent of change in the lives of everyone he has the opportunity to reach out to impact. If you guys would please put your hands together for Pastor Vernon Fox.
Well, thank you guys so much. As always, it's a tremendous privilege and an honor to be here. I want to thank John and his entire team at Hope for Prisoners for the work that they're doing. And John, we still good? I got an hour, right? Okay, yeah, just making sure. And man, Kay Ashley, boy, I tell you, I love hearing her sing. I had to contain myself. I was kind of rocking, like I was ready to play a game, but I can't play nothing with these tight pants on. So you guys know I love you because, Captain, it is hot. And for me to put this tight suit on and come out here, I love you guys. And it's not tight because I'm trying to be cool. I need to work out. But anyway, again, it's a privilege. It's an honor. Moments like this mean so much to me because I don't take for granted having the opportunity to carry any level of influence. I think it's a tremendous blessing of God. Anytime you have the opportunity to impact and to influence someone else's life. And to be quite honest, because I'm very, as they say, real. We say revealing, exposing, authentic, and legitimate. I'm real, and I try to be authentic, and I try to be, genuine. And I'm going to be totally honest. Typically, when I prep for these, I'm spending a lot of time. I'm writing notes, and I got a little cheat sheet up here and a little outline. And the more I kept trying to pray and think about, like, okay, which one could I pull out the back pocket and get them? I just couldn't move past what God kept praying upon my heart. And what that is something that we all kind of have in common. And that is dealing with transition, right? When you get to moments of change in your life, when you're trying to figure out how to move forward and, you're not where you used to be, but you're not exactly where you're going. And you're in this in-between state. I think back over my career and I think about when my career ended. It was one of the worst moments of my life. My career did not start the way I wanted it to, nor did it end the way I wanted it to. And when it ended, I was very disappointed because I didn't get to choose how it ended. And I remember going through a very dark and lonely place because I was trying to figure out, how do I re-identify who I am? Because forever I lived by what I did instead of who I was. And for the first time, I realized the crowd's not cheering anymore. The lights in the stadium are not on and nobody's asking for my autograph. and I had to look in the mirror and determine who I was. But the truth of the matter is that it was just a moment of transition and change of me becoming what I was not into what I would be. And it was a far greater impact than anything I could have ever done on a football field. It's hard to know that at the time because the moments of transition are uncomfortable. They make you feel unsure. They make you doubt yourself. They make you question what tomorrow looks like. And the only way you're going to ever know that is if you seek God. Listen, I used to play basketball too. I know I'm not that tall, so don't judge me. I used to be able to hoop, for real. Used to is the operative word because I can't even shoot no more. But I remember I used to play basketball, and any hoopers out there understand what it means to pivot, right? It's where you're given the opportunity to plant your foot in the foundation of where you are and what it is that you're doing. And with that other foot, you get to move around, right? They call it a triple threat stance. See, I'm telling you, I got it. They call it a triple threat stance. And you have an option legally to change your direction to seeing something different than what you're seeing in the moment. Because the goal is to try and find the least path of resistance and the clearest path that you can follow. You see, what you guys don't understand is that you're in a pivot moment. And the difficulty for me is that I could not label it as a pivot because the way I'm wired, I'm so competitive and I want to be excellent and I want to be the best in everything that I do. And so the moments that God was leading me to pivots, I looked at it as failure or quitting. And so all of a sudden I had to shift my thinking, shift my mode of the way that I was doing things, because it was not about me quitting or me failing, but it was just about me shifting my focus to the next thing. Why am I telling you this? Because you're sitting here today and you're right in the midst of what I want to refer to as a shift. I used to have little notes up here. The only thing I have here is fresh off the press, directly from God, literally 2 hours ago. One thing I wrote down, and it's the shift. And when you look at this word shift, the S is for self. The first thing you got to do is deal with yourself. The only way you're ever going to get the help that you need is if you're willing to admit that you need it. I don't care if you're in a 10-step program, 2-step program, 50-step program, you will never accomplish what all of those steps entail and what are necessary in order for you to get to the other side if you never get past step 1. And that's simply to say, I need help. I got to deal with me. I got to take self-accountability. I have to be responsible and accountable for the next phase of my life in order for me to see the change and the pivot that I want. Then you have the H. The next thing you got to deal with is your heart. There's a scripture that says that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So the way I think in my heart, first off, I never heard of a heart that could think. And part of the reason why is because the things that come to your heart come from your head. And when you deal with your heart, you deal with your mind. You deal with the way that you think, because you're transformed by the renewing or the changing of your mind. It's the only way you're ever going to see anything different and force yourself to do something different, to have something that you've never had before. Then you got to deal with influences. You get to choose what influences you. You don't have to succumb to the things that are there that will impact or influence you haphazardly, but you can make a conscious decision that the things that will influence you will only help you move forward and progress you into where it is you're trying to go. Then the F, you got to deal with your feelings. In order to shift, you got to deal with your feelings. And you might be saying, well, my feelings are temporary and they change every single day. And that might be true. But what you must understand is that your feelings, if not dealt with, would lead to your emotions. And then your emotions deal with your habits. And your habits are the decisions that you make. And that all starts with garnering and controlling your feelings. Not allowing yourself to get outside of who you are in an emotional moment. That's what people that shift have to do. And then lastly, the T, you got to change the way you talk. The Bible also says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So when I told you to deal with that heart, it was so that you could deal with your mouth, because what you speak will become the reality that you live. And so it's important that the words that you use align with the life that you live. And your expectation and your hope matches the decisions that you make. Because every day, what you do in dealing with your feelings will walk you down the pathway towards your destiny and your purpose that you were designed and created for. And so with all that being said, why am I talking about shifting? Because today is your shift day. This is your shift moment. This is your moment to pivot. When you walk out of these doors, your life will never be the same again. And you ask me how I know? Because I've lived it. I've lived what it means to overcome disappointment, to deal with my own bad decisions and mistakes, and still be able to walk in a level of purpose that only God can provide. And I believe that's what he'll do for you all on today. Congratulations and God bless you.
Was that some good stuff? Was that some good stuff? Hey, so listen, we're gonna make way, get ready for my dear friend, the Honorable Danielle Chio, to administer the oath. But before we do that, I'm gonna ask you guys to please stand up on your feet. Just stand up on your feet. And what I'm gonna ask you guys to do before you take this oath is I want you to take your hands and then extend them right out in front of you. Extend your hands out in front of you. And now what I want you to do is I want you to fix your eyes down into the palms of your hand. Look at them. Fix your eyes in the palms of your hands. And what I want you to do is I want you to look at the lines in your hand. Look at them, the lines in your hands. And then imagine, if you will, each one of those lines represent things in your past that you're not proud of. They represent things in your past that you wish that it never happened. They represent, each one of those lines represents something in your past that you wish it never happened, something that you may be ashamed of, may be embarrassed of, represents something that you regret. Take a look at them. They may represent a time where you went back to the Clark County Detention Center for the 5th time. In and out of drug rehab. On that chain, going back out to Smiley Road or going out to High Desert State Prison. Take a look at those lines that are in your hands. Representing things in your past that you wish never happened. Now, what I want you to do now is I want you to take your hands and I want you to put them right up in front of your face. Right up in front of your face. Right up in your face. And keep your eyes fixed on those lines in your hand. Representing those things that you wish you could take a gigantic eraser and just make it go away. Wish that it never happened. Representing things that are in your past. Now, with your hands in front of your face, can you see me? With your hands in front of your face, can you see me?
No.
With your hands in front of your face, can you see me?
No, sir.
Neither can you see your future with your past in your face. Hands down. It's over. Now you press on to that incredible plan that God has laid out for your life. Seek it with everything you got. It gives me an honor and privilege to introduce you to my dear friend, the Honorable Danielle Piper Chio. I've known her ever since she was a prosecutor in the DA's office, and now she's been appointed a judge to the 8th Judicial District Court, and she is going to administer the oath.
So I want to say congratulations, and I want I want to let you know that my vivid vision, because for the past year and a half I've been coming to these graduations, was to do exactly what I'm doing now. Because I am grateful to be appointed to this position. I'm grateful to serve, but I am grateful to be here. So I'm going to ask, because I'm going to do what my stepdaughters do, I'm going to take a selfie because I want to remember this moment because it means something to me, it means something to your families, and it means something to you.
Yeah. The front row might have to go a little bit down. Okay. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much. Do they have to raise their right hand? Do they have to raise their right hand? Do they have to raise their right hands? Okay, raise your right hands. I state your name. Hereby declare an oath. In the presence of my family. My friends. And all of those present. That I will fully embrace. This opportunity for a new life. From this day forward. I will strive. To be a productive, law-abiding. Member of this community. Be a person of honor and integrity. Be a person who sets positive examples for those around me. I will strive for all of these things. As I am. A person of value. A person who takes responsibility. A person with self-respect. Who respects others. I will look toward the future. Having learned from my past. My determined purpose. From this point forward. Is to make the rest of my life. The best of my life. So help me God. Congratulations.
So much. Danielle Piper-Chio. I'm going to ask you guys, Shaq, can you put this over there? I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and take a seat. And we're going to issue, not yet, I'm sorry. You was following directions. No, you can take it. I just have my paperwork on it. We're going to ask you guys to extend us a little latitude, right? Somehow, and it's my fault. You know, any great leader, right? When something goes wrong, is his responsibility. So that's what I'm talking about, right? So that your names are out of order. Don't trip. I'm going to have you guys come up. I'm going to call you up one at a time. We're going to have the mayor. The mayor's going to pass out chips, but your certificates that you're going to get, we're going to work that out later, right? But I do want to acknowledge that you are going to get certificates from the governor of the state of Nevada, Joe Lombardo, and his district director, Southern District Director Sonia Hoyer is here. Can we give her a gigantic round of applause? And Sonia, may I have you come on up? And also the special assistant from the office of Councilwoman Victoria Seaman, Brian Hubble. Please come on up. And then I'm going to ask for our speakers, our mayor, our friend from the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, our judge, and yeah, that's what I'm talking about, and Pastor Vernon Fox to come up. So when I call your name, because it's kind of just come up, you're going to shake everybody's hand. You can get your chip from the mayor, because she's not going to get out the building without giving it to you. And then what we'll do is we'll work out the certificates later. Is that okay? All right. Oh, you're very, very welcome. If you guys will please join me in welcoming up Mr. Mario Alvarez. Please keep it going for Miss Frances Anderson. Let's keep it going for Mr. Blake Austin. Please keep it going for Miss Ashley Bartolek. Mr. Larry Brown. Antonio Burns. Mr. Rafael Campos. Please keep it going for Miss Laura Cantanilla. Mr. Monte Tejas. Congratulations, man. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Donnell Chamberlain. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Colby Connor. Mr. Michael Cook. With you. Mr. John Cote. Mr. Orville Curtis. Keep it going for Mr. Derek Edwards. Mr. Joseph Ernst. Please keep it going for Mr. Anthony Farias. Let's give a big shout out to Mr. Daniel Foley. Let's keep it going for Mr. Alexander Ford. Mr. Kyle Foster. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Christopher Johnson. Mr. William Jones. Mr. Ryan Kennedy. Let's please keep it going for Miss Arlie King. What happened? You supposed to be moving. Mr. Christopher Lambert. Jalen Lewis. Let's please make some noise for Stephanie Lilly. Let's keep it going for Mr. Stephen Lockett. Miss Jennifer Lopez. Mr. David McNeil. Congratulations. Yeah, take a picture. Stephen Munch. Let's please keep it going for Anthony Page. Mario Phillips. Sean Pratt. Come on up, man. Come on, take a picture. All right, man. Very proud of you, man. All right. There you go, young man. That's solid over there for you, man. Let's please keep it going for Cameron Rameshek. Please keep it going for Zoriga Roberts. Mr. Carlos Rodriguez. Let's please keep it going for Nancy Rosales. Bailey Tardif. Let's please keep it going for Mr. Sean Chutomia. Mr. Anton Williams. Let's keep it going for Devell Williams. Devell. And last but not least, in our recording, please put together for Miss Hope Woods. Okay.
Thank you.
And then last but not least, for the second time, the one and only Young Eagle, Mr. David Turnbull. All right. Take a picture, man. Good deal. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna ask everyone. Oh. Why? Somebody's getting fired. Please put your hands together for Mr. Todd Buchanan. I am so sorry. Remember the sad way of you saying you wasn't going to graduate. Please put your hands together for Miss Soraya Solis. I am so sorry. Yes, I'm so glad you did. Did I miss anybody else? Well, I'm going to ask the graduate if you guys would please stand up on your feet. Please stand up on your feet. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Hope for Prisoners August 2023 graduating class. Congratulations! Did you hit somebody? So thank you. Hey, listen, I just want to say how very proud that we are of you, and looking forward to working with you over the course of the 18 months. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Can we give it up for our mayor of Las Vegas? Can we give it up to Captain Brandon Clarkson? Can we also give it up for Pastor Vernon Fox? And let's give a gigantic round of applause for the Honorable Danielle Piper Chio. And just want to say thank you to everybody in the room, the family and friends that have come out. I want to give a big shout out to the Hope for Prisoners staff, our trainers that are here in this room. I want to say thank you so much for our mentors.